Don, the Nearly Historical Railroad channel. And that's Don with the Nearly Historical Railroad channel. So, we got here late, stuff going on, and I came here and my dad was in the middle of the mountains. He's kind of planting some trees that used to be in that area and just replanting. But I said, wait, don't use all the trees because those trees are like perfect for the Romley area. Anyways, let's go there and take a look real quick. Just like that, there's a tree. Hey, so this is a cool little trick. It's not my trick. I think Luke Towan has it on his videos, and I just haven't tried it before. So here is a blender. Got that at a thrift store for $1. And here's some leaves. So we're gonna try this out. We're gonna grind up the leaves. This could be like deadfall stuff to go underneath the trees. The problem with my blender is it doesn't have a lid, so I'm gonna do this. That's gonna be my lid. So don't try this at home. Make sure you have a proper lid that secures correctly. Yeah, all right. So, Dad collected these leaves a little while ago. Kind of leaves and sticks and things. So, I guess push it in there a little. All right. Quite the variety of stuff here. It's not just leaves. Secure the lid. Woo. Actually worked better than I expected. It's pretty fine. There's some big sticks in there still actually, but because we started out with a lot of sticks. Usually you probably wouldn't have sticks in there. That's kind of cool. Kind of like that. I think I'm gonna do some more. You could probably just use like a screen maybe if you don't want all these bigger sticks and kind of sift it out. So give you some variety, I guess, that way. Kind of a closer look at what I'm starting with. There's a lot of different little things in there. There's even some rose petals in there. So those should keep their color, right? Roses never fade. Kind of smells like oregano, I think. So, I guess what's kind of funny is, I think I bought this blender probably like 2 years ago, and finally getting to try it out. All right, so bird feathers do not grind up in there, just in case you're wondering. Oh my God. So that little button's kind of close. Maybe unplug it before you dump it out. There you go. See, you learn something all the time on this channel. Well, that's a mess. Oh, look at that. Got a nice jar of ground up stuff. Some deadfall, I guess. Sprinkle around the ground. I like that. That was pretty easy to do. Kind of satisfying. So, here's Dad working on the retaining walls. So, he had built some retaining walls and just stuck them up. And he's done some experimenting with making a mold out of them. And the first one failed. But he changed his technique a little bit. And he is trying it again. So he's kind of made the retaining wall out of wood. And he's put a layer or two of this liquid latex on it, and he's just adding another layer. You just
the mask is not for COVID, it's for the terrible smell, odors, and fumes.
Yes. Yep. It's a fumey stuff. And speaking of that retaining wall, over in the Palisades area / Buena Vista area, let's go take a look at it, because my dad did add a little bit. And here's that. So this last section kind of had in there, but wasn't exactly sure where it was going to go, and he didn't have the rocks in it. So I think he's actually got that glued in, got the rocks in, and like I said, it's gonna step over as it goes up there. So getting progress done on this is good. All right, so I'm just kind of doing different random things, but it's all kind of scenery related so far. So this is the grout that I've always had, and I've been mixing that in with our local dirt. And then you kind of saw the results I had over at Romley when I kind of just made mud out of it and smeared it all in. It worked good, but it basically came out that color. So I bought this other grout. They didn't really have anything in between. There was like this, and then there was dark and another dark. So I bought this. We're gonna put the two together and see, I don't know, just make something a little darker, I guess. I don't know, just experimenting. So, try that out. I thought I had a spoon in there. Okay, found my spoon. It's in my bucket of dirt. I'm gonna grab a spoonful of the light stuff. How about two? It's a heaping spoonful. A quarter of a spoonful, I don't really know, of the darker stuff. Whoa, God, I'm just making a mess all over the place. Well, this is working well. So I think maybe if you just get some light stuff and the dark stuff, just mix the dark in just little bits at a time, you can kind of get whatever shade you want then, right? Put a spoonful in this little thing. This is a little, stocking thingy. I'm gonna sprinkle it out. I think what I'm not gonna like about this is it might be really dusty. I don't want lots of dust, but we'll try it. See, oh, it comes out all right though. Maybe it could be a little darker. It is something different between the two though. Hey, look, I have some like deadfall stuff. So I'm gonna pinch some of that in. I feel like this area probably has a lot of treeage and bushes and stuff, so having this around would definitely be valid. I don't know. It's all just an experiment. Just experiment with stuff. If you don't like it, tear it out. That's what we do, alright? I do kind of like that. This blends in better. So I put some of that darker grout down here in a little cow-filled area also. There's no dirt in that grout. It's just two different mixes of grout. No dirt. So, ooh, that might be too much of a contrast on that. My white rocks are still there, but they're almost getting buried. A little more than I wanted, but they're still visible, I guess. In this area, in real life, there was... Alright, so I think I'm going to take these buildings out, just throw some glue down on this, and let that dry, see what it looks like later. I like it already though. So we needed to add a little bit of ballast along our walkway here, so Dad's doing that. Well, okay, so I did a little more sprinkling and blending. I have not got it wet yet, but I'll just show you how it looks now. I like it better. There's lots of different variations in the color, but it all blends in better now. So kind of where there's going to be pathways and where the doors are to the buildings, I've kind of made sure that was pretty clear of any larger bits of stuff. So I just wanted to show you before I get it wet, because it will get really dark then. And I don't, at the moment, have a good spray bottle to spray the glue on, so I have to use an eyedropper, and that can kind of mess things up a little bit. But anyways, just thought I'd show you this before I sprinkle glue onto there. Okay, there it is, all wet now with the glue, basically. Some of it's actually drying a little bit, but that's that. Didn't do so much over here in the cow field, but I did put some of the darker stuff down, some leaves, and flooded it with glue, and a lot of it puddled up, so I just sprinkled some more grout on top of it. No idea what that's gonna look like when it's dried, but again, it's an experiment. I do want to show you this in the dirt road here. You can see there's like little cracks. I think that's because I went a little heavy on the grout and got it wet. I don't know exactly, but I actually like that. I was kind of hoping that would happen in some areas. Just like if dirt got wet and dried up, it would crack like that. So I think that's really cool, actually. And I was kind of hoping for that. So let this dry and I'll check it some other day. One other thing over at the Palisades, maybe you saw it earlier, I missed it, but my dad told me about it. He just kind of stuck this little girder bridge, this silver gray looking thing. It's just like 3 little cheap plastic pieces and that's been laying around for years, and he just kind of stuck it in there. That is not the permanent one. Jim's actually building one. So just thought that was kind of cool. We might paint it for the moment or not, but maybe try and get the styrofoam out from underneath it. But it was just kind of funny. It's been laying around forever, so we just stuck it there. It's like, oh, yeah, that works for now. So thought I'd show you that. So my dad plugged in a few trees on that mountain over there. It's still really sparse, but there's more trees. Looks better just having those there. Okay, so I couldn't help myself, but here's a picture of Romley, and see this tree right in the center? Well, like I said, it looks a lot like the trees that Dad was putting up there. So, okay, I got the drills out, I drilled a hole, and I stuck it in that spot. There, I stuck it there. I mean, that is like pretty close to where it was. It was probably a little closer, but my road's a little far away. So, I just had to try it out. It's not glued in or anything. I just kind of drilled a hole and stuck it there. But I think it's gonna work out pretty well. As my dad just pointed out, it's nearly historical. But yeah, the tree looks a lot like that one in the picture. So that's cool. Sorry about all the pictures on the wall in the background. Still need the reference pictures. These reference pictures for doing this area. So we'll get this cleaned off at some point and get a nice shot here. And another layer.
Another layer.
Another layer.
6.
Yep. Okay, goodbye. Hit the like button. Thanks for watching. You okay over there? You okay over there?
Yeah, I was just gonna tell you, I don't know if you're recording or not. It's got this piece of fence over here is split and, almost hitting the tracks. I'm trying to glue it and hold it, see if it'll stay.
Oh, okay.